It's Christmas time, folks, and that can only mean one thing. It's another scandal, as taxpayers are footing £300,000 bill for MPs soaring energy costs at the second homes. We're going to read into this exclusive from The Independent, you guys. Let's go. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is REGANELITE here with an exclusive from The Independent with the headline that taxpayers are footing £300,000 bills for MPs soaring energy costs at their second homes. The exclusive reveals that MPs living in a different world, said campaigners, a spike in prices is covered by the public purse. So despite the fact that we, the general public, who are already struggling enough as it is to pay our energy bills, and that's before it decided to get colder, as it normally does during this time of the year as we get closer to Christmas, and we are struggling as it is to buy Christmas presents, and some of us may not be buying Christmas presents. They're deciding to make us, according to this exclusive, us are going to be paying out as taxpayers for their second homes that they probably don't live in because they live in their first homes, per se. Feels a bit cheek, doesn't it? And to be fair, there's a lot of, as we've talked many times about how upset and angry we are at this government. This is one Christmas gift that I did not want from the Conservative Party, that is for sure. But let's read more into it, yeah, guys, before we decide to, maybe I'll try not to blow my gasket. I like to save my swearing for my Patreon content, if I'm honest. So MPs charged taxpayers almost £300,000 for energy bills and other utilities at their second homes over the past year, their new analysis by The Independent has found. Campaigners said the record high figures show that Britain's politicians are insulated from the cost of living crisis, since so much of their energy costs are covered by the public purse, while millions are struggling to pay. And calm. Tory ministers Suella Braverman, James Cleverly, Alex Chalk, Victoria Prentis, Alister Jack and James Heappey are among senior politicians who claim gas and energy costs at their second homes. MPs' claims for gas, electricity and water amount to £292,000 in 2022-2023, according to analysis of data by the Independent Parliamentary Standards Authority, that's the IPSA. Yeah, this is a bloody outrage. This is just it marks a significant increase on last year's bills for MPs' utilities, which total £253,000, in reflection of the spikes in gas and electricity prices since Russia's invasion of Ukraine last February. They are just laughing at us, and here's the thing: is it just Conservative MPs? Before we go any further, what do you think? Just put that thought in your head before we go any further. Do you think it's just Conservative MPs? Do we think that Labour are doing this as well? Because the thing is, they put Angela Rayner on the thumbnail there. Now, I don't know if that's just because she's attacking it or what, but but I would think not. But let's see. Ruth London, founder of the Fuel Poverty Action Campaign, said the expenses figures show that MPs live in a different world from most of the people that are paid to represent. Yeah, of course they think that way, don't they? I mean, they have everything blimmin' handed to them. Let's just be serious for a moment here. They don't know what it is like for an ordinary person. They don't see us as human beings. They see us as numbers. They see us as ants. They see us as nothing more than workers. They don't see us as anything but human beings. They don't see us as that. They see us just little workforces that expect us just to do everything we're told and nod our heads in agreement. That's what they think of us. They don't know anything about what it is like to have little to no money. They don't know what it is like for someone to struggle to make ends meet. They don't know what it's like for someone who has to deal every day with mental health and depression issues, every day when it comes to struggling of how they're going to pay for their bills, how they're going to keep warm, how they're going to be able to feed their children, feed their families. Some of them having to work 60 plus hours a week in order just to make the bills, never mind being able to buy Christmas presents. They have no understanding whatsoever what it's like for the ordinary person. No understanding. The campaigners add, as more and more people find energy bills unpayable, this difference only grows greater. Claims that the pressure is easing does not help. In reality, it's only getting worse. Politicians with seats outside London are allowing to put utility costs at one of their homes on expenses, whether it's in London or in their constituency. The independent analysis shows that MPs have claimed more than £1 million to pay utility bills for their second homes in the past 4 years. In my opinion, I'm just going to go out a little bit of a caveat here, and you can let me know in the comments below, but I don't think they should be allowed to claim expenses for a second home that they don't even live in, guys. I don't know about you, but I think that should be taken away from them. Because I think it's a bit tongue-in-cheek, for them to do that when people are already struggling as it is. What do you honestly think? Do you think it's a bit tongue-in-cheek that they can claim expenses on their second homes, never mind their first homes? Mrs. Braverman has claimed more than any other current minister over the 4-year period. The former Home Secretary has charged the taxpayer £10,280 for gas and electricity costs since 2019-2020. This is the same Home Secretary that said people living in tents, homelessness, was a lifestyle choice. This is the same person, by the way. Records also show that Foreign Secretary Mr. Cleverly has put more than 6,550 of his energy bills on expenses since 2019-2020, while Justice Secretary Alex Chalk has charged 3,735 for utilities in his second home. Liz Truss, the former MP who blocked a windfall tax on the energy giant, said she didn't believe in it and put 3,220 worth of energy bills at her Norfolk constituency home on expenses during the period. The former Health Secretary Matt Hancock has been one of the highest spenders on utilities since 2019, racking up taxpayers funded fuel and water bills at 9,380 in his constituency home. Yeah, the same. So we have the former Prime Minister Liz Truss, who crashed the economy with her divvying the lettuce, as we know, who can't even get sentences together properly, who is pretty much a bit of a brain dead former Prime Minister, if I'm honest. And then we have the former Health Secretary Matt Hancock, who still won't take ownership and responsibilities for his role as the Health Secretary during the coronavirus pandemic. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't heard him saying that he apologised for his mistakes during the inquiry. Maybe you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't heard him say, "I am so sorry for all the lives that are lost. I should have done better." I haven't heard him say that. That's the same guy ripping off taxpayers' money while people died as well, just to add insult to injury, as we're not insulted enough as it is yet from some of these politicians. Labour's front benchers Angela Rayner, Ed Miliband, Liz Carroll, Louise Haigh, Hilary Benn, Nick Thomas-Symonds, Pat McFadden are among the senior party figures who put in similar claims. Oh, Miss Goody Two-Shoes, Angela Rayner, most people look at her. That's not looking good, is it? Does it still make you want to vote Labour? Mrs. Rayner, the Deputy Labour leader, has claimed more than £4,000 for utilities at her London home in the past 4 years. Mr. Miliband, the Shadow Climate Secretary, this man's the Climate Secretary, has charged just over $2,600 to the taxpayer in the same period. Simon Francis, the coordinator of the End Fuel Poverty Coalition, said while MPs are insulated from the pain of the energy bill crisis, their constituency have been paying twice what they were a couple of years ago for their electricity and gas. He calls on MPs to help reform Britain's broken energy system, urging them to back moves to ease utility bill debt and improve the energy efficiency of rented properties. Yeah, I was just asking you earlier about Labour. And Labour they're all in it together, as you all say. But I would say probably a lot of the Labour backbenchers are probably not going to be doing this. I would say a lot of them, quite a few Labour at the backbenchers have a conscience. John O'Connell, Chief Executive of the Taxpayer Alliance, has said that although energy prices are coming down, MPs are still being insulated from persistent high costs that taxpayers are having to bear the brunt of. Mr. O'Connell called on parliamentary authorities to consider whether these expensive rules are too generous on second homes. Yeah, what do you think? I think they're a bit too generous. What do you actually think? Because I think they are. While water bills have remained steady, MPs' gas and electricity costs have jumped over the past year. Energy bills charged to the taxpayers rose from £195,000 in 2021-2022 to £241,000 in the past year. The Independent has contacted the MPs mentioned in this piece for comment. At the time of this recording, I have not heard the official response for them, but I gather that they will be asked questions on this, I am sure, guys. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm a little bit mad. I mean, it's just despicable. And this is the thing, we're not even talking about their first homes, we're talking about their second homes. And okay, you have to use them, yeah, because you travel and all that kind of stuff, and we get that. But why are we footing the bill for these as taxpayers? Like, do these MPs not get enough money for being an MP? Like, am I the only one who thinks that maybe in even their jobs as a cabinet a job in the cabinet or shadow cabinets, like, do they not get enough money as it is? Like, am I the only one who thinks this is a bit of a rip-off on the taxpayers here, this whole MP's expenses claim? Like, call me crazy, but I just think it's a bit too much. You know, I mean, I'm all in favour of Father Christmas giving to people, but this isn't giving. This is taking hard taxpayers' money that ordinary people are putting and putting it into their hands that they are spending on their own benefits, as opposed to money actually going desperately to services right now. Don't know about you, but that's kind of how I feel right now. This is something that was not on Father Christmas's list, was to see a scandal as this. But now it just makes you wonder, back, how long has this been going on for? How much of a con does this all feel? Because it is a massive scandal, and it's just despicable to say the least, guys. So what do you guys think? What do you make of it all? Are you surprised that Labour are just as bad as the Conservatives in here? What do you guys think? How many Conservative MPs do you think are in on it? And what should be done? What laws or changes should be amended to ensure that money like this is not generously thrown away? Let me know what you guys honestly think in the comment section down below, because it does matter. Hit the like button, it'd be greatly appreciated. Share across social media so other people are informed about this, and hit the bell notification icon so you be notified of when I upload another video. And if you want to financially support me, you can do so by buying me a coffee or joining me on Patreon. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to catch you all very, very soon.